Now, last Tuesday evening, reports and videos on social media appeared to show the Nigerian army opening fire on unarmed peaceful protesters at the Lekki toll gates in Lagos after reportedly turning off the street lights and cutting phone networks. Amnesty International has confirmed that the Nigerian army and the police killed at least 12 peaceful protesters on the night at 2 locations in Lagos. Nationwide protests against police brutality began on October 8 after a video emerged showing police officers thought to be from the notorious Special Anti-Robbery Squad, or SARS, allegedly shooting and killing a young man in Nigeria's southern Delta state. Though they are leaderless, the demonstrations are mostly driven by young people who say they have been unfairly profiled by SARS. Joining us for a conversation on the back of this is Professor Emmanuel Kwesi. He's Director, Faculty of Academic and Research at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. He joins us via Zoom. A very good morning to you, sir, if you can hear me.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you very much for your time. First of all, those protestants have these core demands: justice for the families of victims of police brutality, retraining of SARS officers, and an independent body to oversee investigations into police brutality. Are these achievable?
Well, they are achievable, but they are far from actually adequate. What we are seeing is something much more larger than just issues relating to police brutality. Let me take a couple of steps back. The demand by young people in Nigeria is not just about the behavior of SARS. It's about a recognition for their preparedness to contribute to society's development, to make their voices heard, and to end the exclusion and the sense of hopelessness that most young people in Nigeria have. And the demographics are on their side. For every 100 Nigerians that you take, probably 85 of them are below the age of 30. So what that means is that it's crucial for the governing elite, both political and social and economic, to recognize the role that young people can play. Now, the response by the police and the army is not just about retraining. It's about changing the doctrinal approach to crowd control, to their understanding of the rights of citizens to engage in peaceful protest, and to ensure that the way that you control crowds is considerably different from the way that you deal with criminals. Okay, so this is a much bigger, than we are having now.
Yeah, but Prof, protesters have also expanded their aims beyond police brutality to harness frustration at years of corruption and bad governance. Does that further complicate matters?
Oh, far from it. All these are intertwined. Okay, and I think the slowness with the response by Africa's leaders, to quickly show a certain concern about what is going on, also reflects the lack of understanding of the interconnectedness of all these demands from young people. Now, one of the few elites on the continent who has shown this understanding is the governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Fayemi, Kayode, who thinks this is reflective of the need by the elites to listen to young voices. And this may be something much more widespread than just Nigeria. Okay, the coup d'etat in Mali was actually a popular uprising in which the coup became an answer to stop that social uprising from getting out of hand. We are seeing the post-election demands in Guinea, already in La Côte d'Ivoire. Okay, they are violent demonstrations, but mainly led by the youth. Okay, so the gerontocratic class that has governed this continent for a long time seems to be out of touch with the realities of what the youthful population needs. And I think the earlier there is a change, there's a listening voice, there's a better approach, the better.
Now, President Buhari's office issued a statement calling on people to have patience as police reforms, as they put it, gather pace, but did not mention Tuesday shootings. Is this satisfactory and enough to get protesters to cease the protests?
No. I think the changes that he wants must happen and happen very quickly. There is frustration, there is a lack of understanding, there is impatience, and these are huge groups. You know, so it's crucial and it's important that there is an effort to understand these guys.
Also, we know that the Lagos governor, for instance, says he has ordered investigations into the military's actions, confirming more than 20 injuries, but said that no one had been killed. The Nigerian military, however, posted a screenshot to Twitter calling several credible news reports about Tuesday's incident fake news. My question is, how does this impact on what is ongoing already in Nigeria? Hello, Prof. Hello, Professor Kwesi Aning. Okay, unfortunately, we lost Professor Kwesi Aning there. We will try and reconnect, establish that connection with him and ask the crucial question with the denial of the military and what that suggests and what kind of investigation really, if the Lagos governor still insists that the incident is just injuries of persons and has not acknowledged any deaths, even though we know Amnesty International says that at least 12 persons have died. We're also going to be talking about the ECOWAS Commission, now the AU, all those bodies coming in with statement. Is this timely and sufficient, to bring matters to an end? But Benjamin will also be engaging the Nigerian community here in Ghana. Two of them will be in studio to tell us what they've gathered so far, what's been happening. Remember that yesterday they tried to protest. In fact, they picketed the Nigerian High Commission. Ghana police said they had not notified them, and so they couldn't carry on with the action. But they significantly did something. There were protests also in London, for instance, in Nairobi, in Kenya, in Pretoria, in South Africa. We're trying to engage Professor Kwesi Aning. We will try and establish contact, but in the meantime, we'll just take a breather. My colleague Benjamin Akapo will join us with an interaction with the Nigerian community here in Ghana. Two of the public relations officer, one former, one current, will be in the studio to tell us about what they've picked up with the situation in Nigeria. But you're still watching the AM show, as and when we do establish contact with Professor Kwesi Aning, we will bring that conversation with you. But earlier, hundreds of Nigerian youth, and that's what I was just mentioning to you a while ago about what happened at the Nigerian High Commission here in Accra. They were calling on the international community to immediately deal with what is gradually becoming an uprising in their country. Amnesty International has confirmed 12 protesters have been killed in Tuesday night's incident. We'll bring you a report on what happened here in Ghana yesterday.
We're marching away from the Nigerian High Commission. Nigerians living in Ghana picketed the premises of the Nigerian High Commission, all in protest of the issues that are happening in Nigeria. But they are calling for an immediate end to SARS.
My brother, SARS right now, and SARS right now. SARS are criminals.
It's a pity that we have to leave now to make things right. It is a shame that we are here for 3 hours, the Nigerian High Commissioner could not come and address to their children, to their sons and their daughters that are crying for our brothers and sisters that have been massacred, that was massacred last night. The Nigerian High Commissioner, a mother who refused to come and attend to the cry of the Nigerian youth. When we say answers, we are saying reform. Reform the Nigerian police. Pay their salary very well. Give them good salary. Give them good accommodation. You understand? We are not saying stop police.
So this is what happened here in Accra yesterday. Let's join Professor Kwesi Aning again. Let's finish off that conversation. Professor Aning, we lost you there, but I was just going to ask the military's, the Nigerian military's denial of this incident and what this suggests.
Well, I think before the denial, there's a need to recognize, as I said earlier on, the slowness in the response to show some sympathy, understanding for what is happening. And as I was saying before we got this hitch with the network, what we see in Lagos is emblematic of the social forces beginning to change, but also in the favor of young people who are making these demands. That's one. Number two, there has been some very disturbing conversations around trying to explain away the slowness in response and showing empathy with what has been happening by claiming that is not how international relations work. That is how international relations must work. Speed, proactiveness, a show of empathy, but even more importantly, African agency in saying the way that our societies are shifting and moving, we need to show leadership, concern, and proactiveness in saying we understand what is happening. The denial by the police is routine propaganda. I think when you have possibly the incoming US President Joe Biden issuing a statement, Hillary Clinton, the UN, the EU, all major international actors saying no, this is a global phenomenon that has tarnished not just the image of the Nigerian police service and the armed forces, but also the government. Okay, when you have people wrapped in their national flags, soaked in the blood of youth, who are actually peaceful, okay, and gunned down, truly, you cannot deny that. And herein comes the request by the groups for an independent oversight institution. Now, this is an institution that ought to be truly independent, having the capacity to engage the Nigerian police, but also listening to those who get the services of the Nigerian police. Okay, and part of the demand for an oversight institution is because the statutory oversight institutions already in existence in Nigeria have not been that effective. We haven't heard their voices. So these requests, I would argue, are sensible, they are attainable, but from where I sit, they don't go far enough. The upheaval we are seeing in Lagos is emblematic of something bigger, and we need much more informed and savvy leadership to be able to respond and to bring it under control.
Prof, you mentioned Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden. We've heard from others, and to think that the ECOWAS Commission headquarters is right there in Abuja, and their statement came later on in the day yesterday. Has Africa's response been satisfactory?
Well, it's been slow, and that is where I'm saying that it sent a wrong signal to the frustrated youth of the continent, that were we to be in trouble, the response will be slow, it will be phlegmatic, and will not touch the core structural issues driving the demand for change. Now, And I think the slowness in that response, as I said earlier, relates to the dissonance in the relationship between the ruling political, economic, social elites and their inability to understand that the demographics have shifted dramatically against them. That the sheer force of the youthful population of this continent means that those who govern it, those who seek to bring hope, optimism, and to respond to the aspirations of this teeming population must show some empathy.
Just final, has this got any...
Business cannot be done as usual.
Has this got any implications on us and those who share borders with Nigeria?
That is the elephant in the room. We should hope and pray that Mr. Buhari's promises to bring about change, retool the police service, probably lead to an investigation in the armed forces, will dampen these social upheavals. 5% of Nigeria's population angry and fleeing will pose massive humanitarian challenges for Benin, for Togo, and certainly for Ghana. It's in our collective interest that we help the Nigerians who are our big brothers and the absolute hegemon.
And just before you go, is this a situation that Nigeria alone can handle, or you expect that ECOWAS, for instance, can step in beyond the statement that it has issued?
No, I think it's important that we see this as a wider sub-regional demographic problem. Okay, how do states that are facing resource constraints deal with their growing, populations? How do they provide social and economic and educational services so that the frustrations that they are facing don't get out of control? Create jobs, health, housing, real opportunities, real inclusiveness in making us feel as Nigerians, as Beninois, as Ghanaians, and as Togolese.
Prof, a very big thank you for your time this morning. Thank you very much for your thoughts there.
Thank you.
And that's Professor Emmanuel Kwesi Aning. He's Director, Faculty of Academic and Research at the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. My colleague Benjamin Akakwa will continue this conversation with Barry Ndu, convener for Ghana Nigeria Youth, and Akintola Bolanle, current PRO of all Nigerian community in Ghana. Stay with us.
We are saying reform, and under SARS is a slogan. It has bad governance. We want good health sectors. We want good education sector system. We want good road. We want lights. These are the necessities that we are asking of.
We are here to call on the international community to come to the aid of the Nigerian youth, because as of yesterday, the Nigerian government led an onslaught on peaceful protesters in Lekki, Lagos. It starts from Nigeria, it will graduate to other countries.
Indeed, you're in a country that, fortunately, per the context of the situation, is led by the chairman of the ECOWAS Commission. We've not heard anything from that. What are you expecting from the chairman of the ECOWAS Commission?
That is one of the reasons why we are here today, because we expect him not to be silent, because silent in times like this means you are supporting impunity.
The future lies in our hands. Okay, I am a graduate of political science, but what am I today? Where am I today? What am I doing? You understand? Without a godfather, you can't make it in Nigeria. You understand me? Without a godfather. So we don't need that kind of governance again. We say no to that, and Buhari must go. Buhari must go. This is the time for the youth to rise up. This is the time for the youth to rise up. Enough is enough of bad governance in Nigeria. You understand?
More than 100 were massacred in cold blood yesterday. We are tired. In all my 27 years as a Nigerian, I've never benefited one thing from Nigerian government. Bad education, bad road, bad governance, bad leadership, bad everything, lack of electricity. We are tired. Right here we are protesting against bad governance, and we are asking Buhari should resign.
Yeah, it's not just Nigerian youth that are here protesting the gruesome murder of their colleagues back in their home. This gentleman here is a Ghanaian student. Well, tell me, why are you joining them?
I think we need solidarity in this state. We are people who are synchronized. We believe in Pan-Africanism. We believe in human rights for everyone, everywhere. And so what's happening in Nigeria, it's something we are all not pleased with. And there's nothing like this should be allowed anywhere in the world, especially not in Nigeria. Nothing like this should be allowed, especially in a country. All you are asking for is dignity. The only thing they are asking for is to respect their human rights. And so every Ghanaian like myself should join us to protest this thing. I hope that the love that Ghanaians have for Nigerians and the love that Nigerians have for Ghanaians to stay. End SARS now, end police brutality. Thank you very much.
And that is the sad situation there that we're all discoursing about with regard to end SARS and SWAT situation in Nigeria. We are, well, comrades, if you like, neighboring countries, and it's something that has taken the world by storm. Everyone is talking about it. Welcome back on the AM show. Now, on the back of our interaction, we were just speaking to Dr. Kwesi Aning of the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. We continue the conversation from the Nigerian community here in Ghana. We're joined by Barry Ndu. He is convener for the Ghana-Nigeria Youth, and Akintola Bolanle, who is the current PRO of the All Nigerian Community, Ghana. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
So let's, cut to the chase. SARS has taken the entire, world by storm, this entire furore in Nigeria. Give us a brief historical background, Barry, to what exactly SARS is, how it came about, and let's situate the conversation from there.
Okay, thank you once again for this great opportunity. SARS was actually formed in 1992. SARS, as it's known, is a special anti-robbery squad. It was formed by the police in 1992 when a certain colonel was shot down at a checkpoint. So the police felt that, armed robbers were beginning to overreact. They were beginning to kill a lot of people. So the police force then, under the IGP of police then, Danladi, set up this police unit to help the police in curbing, crime, to help the police in curbing very violent crimes. From 1992 to 1996, they started to deviate from the actual mandate. By 2005, they started committing a lot of extortion, killings, intimidation, oppression of the Nigerian people, especially the young people who they felt they can actually use. At the end of the day, people now rose up and said, no, we can't continue like this. Our people are being killed unjustly. Our people are being killed for nothing. They rose up. By 2017, actually, that was the first time the people rose up and said, no, we must end SARS. Now, in Nigeria, when they see you driving a beautiful car as a young man, they don't even care where you're working. They don't even care what you do, whether you're a businessman. They don't care. They ask you where you got the funds to buy your car. The next thing they do is to arrest you. The next thing they do is to lead you to an ATM machine to ensure that you release some money for them or you don't get released.
So quite a situation there. That means that over the years, the public has been reacting negatively to SARS, and it has culminated in what we are seeing.
Basically, the public have been reacting negatively because of their excesses.
Let's talk about some of those excesses that you speak of. Have you had any personal brushes with SARS?
2019, that was last year, December, I was back home in Nigeria to organize a summit for young people in my own state. Now, I and a friend were driving out of the state university. As we were coming out of the university, a certain boss was blowing the horn for us to stop. I was wondering why. Now, I asked my friend to stop. He stopped, and the three guys came down from a bus, and they started harassing us. That we should open our car, we should open our boot, I should give them my phone. As a young man, I know my right. As a young man who knows the law of this country, you do not have a right to search my phone. If you want to search my car, that is even not under your prerogative, but I'm going to allow you to do that. They started our car, tried to threaten us, tried to tell us to give them some money before we get released. Maybe because I had the contact of the then commissioner of police.
Right.
I made the call, and and we were allowed to go. Now the point is, how many young people
have gone through similar
such contact? How many young people have the capacity to be able to withstand these people? Now they see you carrying a laptop. They term you a 419. Across the world, Young people are doing amazing things in technology. Young people are doing amazing things in the communication system all over the world. Why would you arrest someone who's carrying a laptop and you term him a fraudster?
Interesting point.
It's an archaic mentality, sincerely speaking.
Very interesting point and very sad as well. But let me come to Chief Akintola. Now, have you also had any personal brushes with SARS?
If at all, if I've never had personal, engagement with SARS, I've seen many people in my family that had terrible, experience with SARS. If you remember about 7 years ago, one of the popular musicians, very young guy, was assassinated, was killed along Ikorodu Jibo Road.
Do you recollect his name?
I can't remember the name.
Okay.
The guy, a young guy, in fact, by then he was having a very young baby, little baby, and he was killed at checkpoints.
Sad incident there. Now, what do you think is the main trigger? Barry was speaking a short while ago about the fact that this is, it's been a long time coming. But for you, from where you sit, we're here in Ghana, we read all the stories, we see the pictures on, the various news portals on television. But what would you say has been the current trigger that has sparked these demonstrations that are still ongoing?
Actually, when you have insensible leaders, quote and unquote, that are not sensible to the situation of the society, you see, social protest doesn't warrant military.
Right.
Military is for external forces. Why should you command police, army, with full ammunition to checkmate the young one that demanding for their rights? And that's what actually caused the escalation. So
for you, do you feel the youth who have poured out on the streets of Lagos, of Abuja, who have been demonstrating, and now some of them are dying, we'll get to that shortly and find out what the governor has been saying, do you feel they are overreacting? After all, we've heard from His Excellency the President, and he has said, President Buhari, I mean, and he has said that, it's just a matter of time that measures are being put in place, and he's called for calm. Don't you think the youth in Nigeria are overreacting?
I cannot say that they overreacted. It still boils out to the leadership. If you fail, if your house is burning as the leader of the house, and you fail to take action, response at appropriate time, definitely there will be overreaction.
Repercussions.
Yeah. Your wife may decide to take law into her action. Into her hand. Likewise, your children. Because there's no way they will wait for life to be consumed before they take action. Right? The point is that, assuming when this issue started, our president come out to address the nation, address the youth, leaders of tomorrow, it won't escalate.
So you feel the President Buhari has not been proactive in responding to this matter?
Right. Even it was yesterday, the ex-president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, even addressed the nation, which the president is supposed to do. The man has taken the position of the president. Up to this morning, as I was coming to the studio, I was watching the incident, the occurrence in Nigeria through the channel, Channel TV. The people are still appealing, even appealing to the president of Nigeria to come and address the nation.
Here in Ghana, right before I come back to Barry, here in Ghana, our current ECOWAS chairman, our president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has also received some bashing. He's been on the end of some criticism because people have said that as ECOWAS chair, he should have reacted earlier. He has come out to say something on the matter, calling for calm heads, calling for people not to go to the extremes and all of that. He's actually spoken to your president, Buhari. What is your take on the matter? Did he respond too late?
I could not say that. I could not say that he responds very late because as the chairman of ECOWAS, he has taken as part of his responsibility is, legal responsibility to address the president,
right,
or Nigerian through the president. And I expect the president of Nigeria to first of all address the nation. Then the address of the chairman of the ECOWAS is going to be a fallout of the address of the president of the country.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So there's no way. I even commend the president of President Nana Akufo-Addo for taking that courage to address Nigerians.
Let me come to Barry now. Now, I mean, with all these circumstances, you may not be in Nigeria currently, but you have family there. How has this impacted you, your business, and all of that? And even economically speaking, how is this affecting you and your country, Nigeria?
Okay, before I answer that, I want to quickly let you know why, the situation have gotten to this point. 2 weeks ago, a certain young man was killed in Delta State, Warri particularly, Sapele or Warri particularly.
Okay.
Now, these sad guys killed him, tried to forcefully push him away from the van, and we are in an era of social media. People use their phone to capture that inhumanity to man, and it was put on the social media. Now, remember, this is not the first time that Nigerians have been asking for the end of SARS.
Right.
Severally, the acting president then, His Excellency Yemi Osinbajo, at a point, told the Nigerians, told the Nigerian community, told the Nigerians that the SARS was going to be reformed. But these people continued on their humiliation. So this particular incident of 2 weeks ago triggered this annoyance from the people. Now remember, we are not only asking for SARS for SARS to be disbanded, even though the president have confirmed or have said that SARS has been disbanded. We are not only asking for end SARS. No, end SARS is a platform to request a lot of other things from our government.
Like what?
End of corruption. All over the world, particularly in Africa, the level of corruption is so massive. We are calling on the leaders of Nigeria, the current leaders who have to do, to ensure that there's a process to end corruption in Nigeria. There's no light in Nigeria. Nigeria is a country that has one of the highest gas reserves across the world. In fact, we are the third. How is it that we cannot give our people 24-hour light? Many people leave our country to other countries because they can't stay in a place where there's no stable life. It's unfair I'm saying this in a foreign media, but sometimes we have to say the truth. We are asking for education reform. We are asking for police reforms. We are asking that our politicians should not be traveling abroad to go and treat themselves, where the people who voted them into office are dying in different hospitals in Lagos, in different hospitals in Calabar, in different hospitals in Enugu. It cannot continue like that. Work our hospitals, build hospitals for our people. A country that does not provide jobs for its young people, it's a signal for danger. Joblessness, even the Bible says that, what?
He who does not work have work, well, the devil will find work for his idle hand.
And idle hand is a devil's workshop. When you don't give the young people jobs to cater for their families, they end up doing things that are not working. Therefore, we are asking the government, among the NSAS requests, to build factories for our people. Again, politicians all over the world keep lying to their people. They lie to them during the elections. When they get into office, all the promises they made, they end up deviating from the promises. After 4 years, they come back to lie to us again. We have been pushed to the wall for too long, and we are saying that enough is enough. And this is a signal to other African presidents.
All right.
So answer your question now. Back in Nigeria, we are feeling the pain.
We'll have to make it very brief.
We are feeling the pain. Businesses are closed. Economies are shut down. So we are asking our people to calm down. Our demands have been established. Let us calm down. Let us calm down. No more buying of properties. No more. Let's calm down and allow things to go the way it should go.
Before I come to Akintola, now, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, governor in Lagos, because you were talking about that killing in Lekki, he reacted to that and he says, information reaching us now is that a life was lost at Reddington Hospital due to blunt force trauma to the head. It is an unfortunate and very sad loss. This is an isolated case. We are still investigating whether he was a protester. So that is some response coming through there. We also know that celebrities like Odion Igalo, who plays for Manchester United, and others have been reacting, speaking against SARS. What is the way forward as we wrap up? What is the way forward?
The way forward is for the government, most especially the president of Nigeria, to come out and address the nation, address the youth with their decision. That is the first action. Then, I believe that all our politicians in Nigeria, they will learn from this. They will learn from it in a bitter way.
And the lesson would be what?
To become accountable.
To become accountable for the people.
They have to be accountable to the people.
Any politician that's being voted into the office, you are there for the people, not for yourself. you are being voted to take absolute care of all the social amenities, all the democratic benefits.
Right.
Not to go there and wait for yourself, while millions of Nigerians are suffering. Look at those youths. If they are engaged, they have job doing, I'm very sure all of them will not come out.
Right.
To react to the government, to the issue of SARS. Now, look at the level of unemployment in Nigeria. Let me be honest with you. Out of 200 million Nigerians, you only see probably 50% that are engaged. And every year, we produce graduates. Every year, day in, day out, we produce graduates. Let me be honest with you. In some states, there's no house, there's no family you reach that you will not see a doctor there. Right? We have many engineers that are jobless. Now, instead of them to empower youths and give them money, in fact, some capital, social capital, to establish themselves, it's not done.
And so these
how can a nation be built?
Core problems affecting ordinary Nigerians. Well, thank you very much for engaging us. And we are still praying with you, our brothers and sisters in Nigeria. I spent part of my infancy in Nigeria. And it doesn't need to be that way. We are one people, and we pray for the very best for Nigeria. And we hope this impasse will be resolved soon. But a big thank you to Barry Indu, convener for the Ghana-Nigeria Youth, convener for the Ghana-Nigeria Youth, and Akintola Bolanle, current PRO of the All Nigerian Community Ghana. They shared their thoughts on the End SARS situation. The rest of the show continues as we talk breast cancer and how it affects men as well. Do stay tuned.